Just want to do a quick comparison video of the Razer DeathAdder Chroma and the Rapoo V300. Now, inside these mice, there's no contest. The DeathAdder has a far superior sensor. The Rapoo V300 is an optical sensor, however it is jittery and just doesn't perform as well. I think there might even be a bit of sensor delay. So no contest there. If you want the best sensor, obviously get the DeathAdder. However, if you want the most comfortable mouse, you'll notice that the DeathAdder does have grooves, but look at the ones on the Rapoo V300. And the materials, this is a really nice powdery sort of rubber, whereas the DeathAdder is this harsh, sort of rough, crispy sort of, yeah, it's not a good feeling plastic. When you put the hand on the Rapoo V300, it just feels like a solid, comfortable mouse. I absolutely love just using this thing because of how it feels. On the sides, you do have a rubber area on the DeathAdder, which feels okay. It definitely feels better than this ribbed stupidity on the Rapoo V300. This is the least favorite feature on this mouse. It feels okay, but it's awkward and weird. Like, I don't know why they did that. It's almost like people were slipping off the mouse so they needed extra grip. They need to just make this smooth rubber in the future. The mouse wheels, I think I prefer the DeathAdder. But my DeathAdder wheel is actually quite loud when you move it up, whereas the Rapoo V300 is not. So overall I prefer this wheel on the Rapoo V300. DeathAdder though, it just has a nicer material, nicer texture, just feels better. So what's the real purpose of this video? The answer is I want the DeathAdder to be more like this. I want really nice grooves, really nice powdery rubber, soft coating on the top. And I want the DeathAdder to be smaller. The Rapoo V300 suits my hand perfectly. It's just a bit thin at the back, I think. Other than that though, that is the right size. The DeathAdder is just too big. They actually look like they might be a similar height, with the DeathAdder just being a bit longer. And I think this is a problem here. You can see that the V300 has a smaller base, whereas the DeathAdder has a really wide one. And that's what's preventing me from aiming as well as I probably could with the DeathAdder. It just feels too big to aim. So if I could get a DeathAdder with a smaller width, and maybe reduced length just a little bit as well, some really nice grooves and textures on top, this might even be like the perfect mouse, especially with that sensor in it, because it's phenomenal. So I hope one day that the mouse companies do pay attention to what I'm saying, because I think that a lot of people would enjoy these mice a lot more if these things were addressed. I mean, the Rapoo V300 even has a DPI switch. What's so hard about putting one right here in the DeathAdder? They've done it on the Razer Mamba. I think two might get in the way sometimes. Just one would be enough. I can live with that. It'd just be a nice addition to the DeathAdder and long overdue. So anyway, if you are looking for a smaller mouse, the Rapoo V300 is amazing. It's a wild card. If you want a safe mouse, obviously go for the Logitech G303, but this mouse is so good just to hold, and I've had a lot of positive feedback from other people too. There's just something special about it. Despite its flaws, again, it's not perfect, but we don't care. It just feels so good, we love it. So if you are looking to try a new mouse, maybe give that one a go, and hopefully the more money Rapoo get, the more they'll invest in these mice, so we'll get even better ones in the future, because I definitely think they're on the right track. We just need to encourage them a bit more. And a quick warning, they don't have very good support. They're a Chinese company still branching out into the market, so they're not going to be able to talk with you or give you any sort of troubleshooting at all, pretty much. So remember, once you buy this mouse, you are on your own. There might be a few people in the community to help you, but otherwise no. Anyway, I still encourage you to try the mouse if you're willing to. It's pretty cheap in Australia. I get them for about $40, but it might be the same on Amazon, I can't remember. Speaking of which, if you do want to buy either of these mice, use the Amazon links in the description, because that'll help support this channel for me. So I hope this helps your general awareness of mice, and hopefully we can get a conversation going on what materials we like, and the shapes and sizes and weights and sensors and mouse cables. Oh, by the way, the mouse cable on this is pretty bad. It's braided, but it's really tough and scratchy and just bad. Also, like the video and share it, because that'll help it come up in search results better. Subscribe so mouse companies start paying attention to me. And if you want to watch the reviews for either of these mice, I'll separate them and leave the links over the top of them. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.